Lucy Dorado.
What's
The
up,
one, the
guys?
only, the magnificent, the powerful. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. How are you?
Another Tuesday. We're just getting ready to crank this bad boy out. And
Yeah, let's do it.
real quick, Friday, we had a birthday message that went out to a couple
It's a
people.
long burn.
Because I can't remember. I think I texted you, right? I texted you? Or did I? Yeah, I texted you in the group chat, right?
I think so. You
Yeah.
messaged me on two different. You messaged me twice
Oh, good.
or something, or you like posted on my Facebook. I think.
But happy birthday to
Something.
Save, my
Yeah.
boy. My boy.
It's
How
his
was your trip?
birthday. Yep, he had a whole trip.
My trip was good, man. It was nice. You know, as an adult, you just want to get away, and I spent like Sunday pretty much in bed until 3 p.m. It was awesome.
Nice.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
the life. Oh,
I got to be a nerd. I got to spend a lot of money.
That's always fun.
And no, it wasn't actually.
why?
I didn't realize how much money I was going to spend, and I wish I would have had more to spend more money.
Yeah.
But now I know for next time, like take triple of what I took this time. So.
Damn, triple.
Triple, yeah. What the hell are you doing? I thought
I
you were
spent
laying
like
in bed.
on one of the last
He
days.
didn't
The
have
first
ran
day
to
I spent like
spend. That was it.
I spent
He's
like
tapped
He ran
out.
out of
for
money,
real.
so he was like,
I
all
was in
right,
bed
time
like
to.
yeah, I can't spend any more
Only
money.
his
so
last
fuck it.
$3. He's like, can't.
Dude.
Dude, that's
I
about to
spent
be
like
me.
$500 the first day, bro. It was crazy.
Damn.
That's about to be
Good
me in
Lord.
Japan, dude. I'm gonna be calling my mom. Help! I'm stuck. Just kidding.
But it was good. It was
Mom,
good. I
send
enjoyed
help.
my birthday, so I appreciate you guys for. I appreciate everybody that said happy birthday. It was a good time.
Nice. I'm glad.
My man.
No, I called him and he was like, "Bro, I dead ass can't hear you. Let me call you later." And it
You're
was
like,
cool.
wow, you're old and deaf now. No.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear.
I
I
was
couldn't hear
like-
because I was in a convention full of hundreds and thousands of people.
I was like, "Save, put in that hearing aid I sent you. It'll come in handy." Now you're 63. Just kidding.
He's 200 years old, dude. Come on, you need it.
No, but I'm glad. It looked like fun. Glad you had fun.
It was fun. It was fun. It was fun.
That's cool.
So, Lucy, how has life been?
What's up?
Fill us in since the last time we've talked.
Dang, so much has happened. I don't even know really where to start. I mean, what?
I definitely wanted to ask about all the new, like, DJ spots you've been doing. You've been, like, on a really hot roll with that lately.
Yeah, it's really crazy actually how how me ready to like emerge out of DJing in my room basically just kind of like timed perfectly with things that people were doing. Um so, I lived in Los Angeles when I was like 25 probably, and I got the opportunity back then, and I was kind of doing the same thing where I was kind of like doing my own, practicing DJing right on my own and kind of getting better slowly just on my free time. So nobody knew that I was like had any experience DJing, but all of my friends ran all the events. And my friends were desperate one day and they're like, hey, we're throwing a bunch of these girl parties and we need someone to fill an hour. And they were stressing. And I was like, oh, well, if you guys, don't find anyone, I'm down to do the hour. Like it's an hour, you know what I mean? No big deal. So they're like, what? Are you serious? And like, they're like, dude, yeah, like, why didn't you tell us? And I'm like, because I kind of wasn't like ready, I thought in my skill set to like tell anyone, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they kind of let me do my like debut, quote unquote, but it was very low key, like, out in Hollywood during one of their events. And I mean, you're really just playing fucking bangers, and if you know what's a play and the people, sometimes, you can kind of get away with sucking a little bit, because obviously I wasn't the greatest, right? It's just like very beginner. But I'm appreciative for that opportunity because I kind of started getting back into it. And this kind of started last year as me having the vision for wanting to do it here on island. I already have all the connections, but if you don't have the skill, you don't develop the skill, and nobody's going to want to take a risk, with you.
Mhm.
So luckily I've had a few opportunities where I've been able to DJ out in the open for people to see, and it's been nothing but good feedback. So the opportunities don't stop, and I'm stoked.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's so sick, man. Um, what was that like? Can you kind of walk us through what was that first night like, right? Because I think I mean, we're all creators on some level, and we all know what it was to kick on that camera for the first time, right?
Oh
But
yeah, yeah,
for you DJing,
true.
that's different. That's live and in the flesh.
Right. Yeah, it was nerve-wracking. I was but I'm the type of person where like I know when I say yes to something, like I'm gonna feel confident enough to pull it off. And I'm okay with being thrown in the fire a little bit. Like even if I,
Mm,
mess up in the moment, it is what it is, right? I think I'm good at like laughing at myself type deal. But I asked my friend, I said, "Hey, can I come over and practice on the deck that's gonna be there?" And she gave me, a couple hours, and I went over there and I was good. Like I felt confident. It's really just the transitions, right? Too like once you know like how you're gonna transition each song, like you don't need to sit there and DJ the whole thing for an hour. But I utilized that time. I felt confident. And then I will actually never forget that night because I remember it was so dark. I actually couldn't see the board or the deck.
Oh shit.
And that made me more nervous than anything because I was like, wow, now I'm like dealing with this other obstacle. And quickly, I asked my friends, I said, yo, grab that glow stick, grab that glow stick. And they both gave me like glow sticks. And I put the glow sticks on the deck and and it illuminated the deck. So I was like, oh my God, I can see. And that's all I needed. I just needed that little morsel of light and I was good. But it just teaches you kind of, yeah, just being thrown in the fire. It's the same thing with jujitsu and why I like to compete. You're in the fire. You know what I mean? There's no
mhm.
turning around and turning back. You have to either figure it out or you lose. So
Yeah.
it just worked out every time. I'm very lucky.
Do you because I know nothing about DJing. Do you typically create like a set list? Like if you have the idea of like, okay, I'm gonna go DJ at this place, do you have like all right, these are the songs that I'm hit and just pray that it like everybody jams out? And then do you have like a playlist B that you want to like, all right, if this doesn't work out, this is my backup?
This is a good question. This is a good question. And it's actually more interesting today than when I thought about DJing in the past. And this is why. Technology has advanced. So 10 years ago when I first DJ'd, you had a computer, right?
Mm.
And now the benefits of that is that you have your library on there. Now the way that they do it, these standalone decks are amazing and great. They're like built-in computers, but you have to bring your drive. And if you don't have, you know, everything on there that you want to have available, you're kind of limited. So pretty much for me right now, I'm DJing every Saturday at Eve nightclub. It's a new nightclub here in Honolulu in Hawaii. And I try to DJ different stuff every time. So like you feel like it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's they have different rooms. So they have a hip hop room, a EDM room, and then one weekend they did like a pop room, and then they're kind of experimenting. So then they'll switch it and see like which ones are gonna be hits and stuff. And soon they want me to be on the main stage. And then that equipment is a little bit different.
Yeah.
That's again another level of advance, but it's like CDJs. It's pretty similar. But again, I would need like a little bit of practice on there. But essentially, it's kind of like the same language, but like different genre, I guess you could say. But most DJs, I think, know what they're gonna play. But like for me, sometimes I get caught up because I feel like playing something else in the moment, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I should play this instead. So I think it's always best. Like I always say, it's better to have what you need and not need it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Then it's better to have too much and not need it than to not have enough and then need
Yeah.
it, right?
And then like kills the
So
vibe.
I try to do like where I have a few options. And then because I know myself and I know that I sometimes change my mind. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have like a little folder of like bangers in case I change my mind. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
yeah. And but most DJs I think pretty much they work on their specific sets for a while and then they know kind of what they want to introduce and what they want to play.
That's cool.
So I have a question that's not DJ related. Last time you were
Yeah.
on the show, you had like a movie dropping.
Mhm.
Yes.
You were supposed to link us the movie or the trailer. You linked us like a snippet.
Yeah, I think that was I think that was the trailer. Yeah, yeah. I
Was it?
only have the trailer out.
Oh, so the movie still hasn't released.
It hasn't. So it didn't. It did not get chosen for the Hawaii International Film Festival. It's in a couple festivals, um, but yeah, I haven't released it yet, and I'm not sure how I want to do it. Like I think I want to do like a screening here in Hawaii first,
That would be
and
cool.
then make it available online or something like that. But I
Okay.
have to figure that out. Yeah, I have to figure that out.
Hawaii Film Festival. Do better.
I was gonna say you
Do
could even
better.
probably just like
Do
paywall
better.
it if you wanted to like get reimbursed a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, that could be. See, these are avenues I need to look into. Like, okay, cool, like good idea. That's a great idea. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
always down for making money.
Yeah, I
All
gotta.
I know is that the Usual Tuesday podcast better get a link so we can watch it.
That's it.
'Cause
Yeah, you guys.
I've been waiting.
We gotta be at the premiere, bro.
That's what I'm. Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, damn, should I just? Yeah. So what's really cool about it, though, well, I guess good and bad, is that right before they were gonna choose the films, I got a notification from YouTube saying that the music that I used, which was originally free, was now not usable. So I was like, dang
Mm.
it, swear word. made a few phone calls, called a few favors. I got a really extraordinary favor from James Wade. So shout out to James Wade. And one of his buddies was able to score it, who's a producer, has produced for like T.I. and a lot of these awesome rappers and stuff. So luckily enough, I was blessed to have original music that was scored by like a platinum producer, and I'm excited about that. But I think like my vision for it now is to maybe, not only do I have other movies in mind, but I recently made a really cool connection, and he's kind of gonna be like, we're gonna kind of team forces, or like, you know, combine forces or whatever. But he's super stoked for like my vision. Like I've told him like a little bit about it, and like we want to make Morgan's Corner, the short film, into a full length movie if we can.
Oh,
So
damn.
like, you know, there's more coming, you know, for it. So that's kind of where we're at with it.
That's sick. Congrats on the scoring too. That's sick.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Craziness.
Oh my god, I was just, yeah, I was pretty panicked because I was like, dude, they could, because you know, if they're like, oh, we can't, they're not gonna pick it because like they can't even use the music, then they would. So I was worried I wasn't gonna get it in fast enough. So I was glad I got it in fast enough. Unfortunately, they didn't choose it, but they did send me an email and they said, hey, we had so many submissions. So it just inspires me to like maybe work on something a little different or whatever that maybe they can't pass up. You know what I mean? So it just keeps it inspiring. So it's all good.
Can you? So one thing I think that's pretty cool that you've talked about so far is I find it cool how with like DJing, you felt unprepared, right? Like, well, I don't want to say unprepared, but like maybe not as trained enough, right? Like that kind of type of lack of preparation. But you got in the moment, you're like, you know what, fuck it, I'm about to do it, right? And it was successful, right? And then now with this, you know, you put all this preparation into it, you know, it didn't get selected, and then even to find out that YouTube was like, you know, hey, by the way, we actually want money for that now, like, you know, like they kind of switched up the game on you. So is there anything that you could take from that you could relay to somebody, like your preparedness and I guess like shifting and pivoting when you need to?
Yeah. So in the military, we call it adapt and overcome, right? So I mean, I'm not in the military anymore, but that's one of the lessons I really like. And you can use it in all facets of life, is adapt and you overcome whatever the obstacle is. And, you know, in LA, you know, I had an opportunity to kind of have my friends back in a time where they just need someone to fill the hour and they don't care, you know what I mean? Play whatever, like they could give a shit if I'm good or not. They need it desperately, you know, more. But for me, it also gives me kind of experience in that moment. So I don't want to pass up an opportunity like that, even if I haven't gotten, you know, 1,000 hours to practice. That's the practice right there, you know, is really in real life. And so, yeah, I don't like to say no to opportunities. I would rather just do it and fail. Like I'm okay with failing. And something like that, like the movie where you put all this thought and process and planning, I think, you know, my ultimate goal was to get it done, and I'm more proud that it's finished than any type of recognition anyone can give me for it. Like I'm proud of myself enough that it doesn't matter if it wins anything. It doesn't matter if it's in film festival. I mean, that stuff's cool, but like that's not really the point of why I made it. I mean, yeah, I wanted to go out there and learn the story, but it's a completely made up story anyway. So it's not like you're gonna hear this like impactful sustainability story and like, oh my god, I gotta save the seals. You know, it's not like that. Um, but you know, maybe that could give me a thought, like, oh, maybe I should make a movie now that has some sort of interesting theme where people don't want to ignore it or something. Because you know those are popular, but I also want to keep my creative stuff true to me. And what I wanted to create was a horror movie based on that story. So, hey, it's completed. I'm stoked about it. The people that were participated in it, I think we had such a cool, amazing opportunity, and just the way everything flowed together. And everyone just showed up and like acted. And I was like, yo, I must have picked really great people. So it makes me excited and inspired for the next thing because it pushes me. If anything, it's gonna push me to make something better. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm totally fine with failing. I fail all the time, and I wouldn't have as many gold medals as I have if I didn't show up to fail, right? And so it's really about showing up and doing it.
That was a good flex. I like this, subtle but effective. Subtle but very effective.
But it's true. Somebody asked me that on another podcast. I'm like, dude, to be a champion, you have to be an expert at losing. That's what it is.
Yes.
Because it's losing and then getting all the notes and gathering the notes and then adjusting for next time. Because if you didn't perform well, there's reasons you didn't perform well. Right?
It's like even in combat sports too, right? Like you might not be losing to this other gym, but you should be getting your ass handed to you at practice, right?
Yes.
Like that's where all the failures should be happening, type of stuff. Yeah, I get that. I 100% get that.
Yeah.
That is sick. That is really cool.
I mean, I just, my thought process is that like I'm aiming for the moon and I'll land on a star if I don't make it. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna keep, like I don't, no one's gonna tell me that, oh, you can't never do that and you can't never do that. Like I've had people tell me that already for so long that clearly that's not true, because I've done so many things in my life that people told me I could never do. So for me, you know, and I'm always an advocate for encouraging people to do whatever they want to accomplish. And I'll never sit here and tell someone, oh, you couldn't never do that, right? Because I don't know what they're capable of. And that's really just also not my place. But I love to inspire people to do whatever it is. And at the end of the day, it just takes practice. Like if you want to be a professional DJ, it takes practice. It takes hours. You know, if you want to be a champion at triathlons, you have to take hours of training in triathlons. Like it's not just going to happen overnight.
I like that. Now, I know at one point too you were like pretty active, like with the Spartan races, if I remember correctly, and doing other like type of, I don't want to say Ironman, but like endurance races and stuff like that. Are you still participating actively in that arena?
Yeah, so actually, I was training for the Spartan race this year, which I was supposed to do in August, and I had so many things going on the same Saturday that I was like, oh my God, I said yes to too many things. And actually, there's a lesson in that too, because it's funny because like the Spartan race became at the bottom of the totem pole because I did it before. So like my friend's like, oh, you got to do this and you got to do that. And then I sat there and I asked myself, what would truly make me happy to accomplish this weekend? And now I already did the Spartan race before. So I was like, honestly, like I'm not pressed if I miss it, even though I was very disappointed. But the truth of the matter is I wouldn't have gotten enough sleep so basically I had the in-house jiu-jitsu competition, which I got second place, but I got my butt kicked. And because of how my body felt, there's no way I could have humanly done that race without risking injury. So I chose not to do it because I have nothing to prove, right? I've done it already. I've done well on it. And obviously I do want to do it. But at the end of the day, I was like, do I need to prove this to myself? Not really. Like I should just rest. You know what I mean? Like I really beat up from the jiu-jitsu fight. The girl that I fought was a judo expert, like 5 inches taller than me and 20 pounds bigger than me, or like 30 pounds bigger than me. This girl was way bigger than me. So I was like, okay, I just have to survive to get second place. But it hurt, bro. She almost choked me out, seriously. And the first time she almost choked me out, I was tapping and the refs didn't see it. So I was like, you guys are gonna get me like hurt, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
so my
crazy.
body was hurting, dude. I mean, I'm about to turn 36, you know what I mean? I'm not a spring chicken anymore, you know?
Hey.
I'm just saying, in comparison to a
You're
girl
still in
who's
your
like,
prime.
well, thank you. But in comparison to a girl who's literally like 19, who's like a judo expert, we're talking like the energy levels that these girls have because they're just younger than me. It's not the same. I have to drink an energy drink to be awake. You know what I mean? Like, let's be fair here. So she was very respectful. You know, at the end of the day, I made a friend and it was great. But I was like, this sucks, bro. Like, she's kicking my ass. But it just is what it is. You know, you either learn or you win, and I did not win. But I got second, so it was cool.
That's cool. Congrats. That is sick. I was gonna say, so these races, they're called Spartan races?
Yeah, so they're obstacle course races. They do them all over the country, different countries in US. You could look it up, Spartan race, and you can get one. There's one in every single major city. And that's kind of why I think I wasn't as like sad. I was like, well, I can always pick like one to do in like California next year or something. You know what I mean? So my thought process was like, I was bummed, don't get me wrong. And I had friends that like I was supposed to do it with, but you know, they know how my schedule is. And they're like, Lucy, like the hockey, we just like kind of bullshit, you know?
Am I back? Oh, sorry. Hello?
What happened to you?
It like glitched. You were like in the Matrix.
I was about to go check on my internet because I was like, what the fuck happened to y'all?
Did you time travel right now?
Yeah, no, that looked like you like glitched and then you were just back. That was weird.
Here I am.
You know what's funny is it's funny because you have like static noise in the back that I always hear, and when you mute, I can tell when you mute because I don't hear it. I don't hear it anymore.
I noticed that right now too.
And it went away, and I like looked down and I didn't realize like you weren't muted.
I was like,
but I couldn't tell that you were frozen.
Wait,
we couldn't tell. You just look like you were chilling. It's the glasses, that's why.
There's always static. Is it better now?
No, we don't have to go through this right now.
Yeah.
I just
no. There's some type of like noise. It's not like super noticeable. It's just
something
I literally do this show with you every week, and I can notice it.
Either that, or me and Save have tumors in our brain, and we need to get checked out.
But if you mute, it goes away. Like it's very noticeable when you mute.
Oh, I don't know what just happened to my internet, but I'm glad it didn't completely crap out.
Well, no one knows.
Diego's internet sucks, bro.
The bug that I got.
Do better.
Dead ass.
That's funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. If I did, it just like
no, dude. Don't even worry. You know, it's funny.
Hot, bro. Am I back? I was like, damn.
It's funny that I'm on an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, but San Diego doesn't have good fucking internet. Like, what's going on? What's going on, Cali?
On my end, Lucy like froze first, and I was like, oh, maybe like she'll come back, and like we're chilling. Let me just not bring it up. And then everybody else froze, and I was like, damn, everybody's internet is fucked up today. And then everything started loading, and I was like, "Oh, it is me." Okay,
nice.
Maybe
That's funny.
Yeah, blame everybody but me first.
Yeah,
and then I'm last resort. But that is cool. Yeah, I think I've heard of these Spartan races. I don't know if that's what we're still on. I don't know how I couldn't have missed that much. But
no, we're on the Spartan races. You know, they have them for kids where like it's a lower scale. I think it's cute. I think it's a cute idea. And you know, we have a lot of diehard Spartan. We have like Spartan groups on Facebook and like all this stuff. Like people get really into it. But I think the main cool thing is that people like the accountability. They like the community. And every year, you know, I see kind of the same guys, and they're like, Lucy, and it's kind of cool, you know, cool. Like we have like this community, so it's really neat. It's really neat.
That is really cool.
Yeah, the camaraderie built from that's got to be insane, because I've seen pictures of those events, and it looks crazy.
That is the best part. Like when you can't do an obstacle, or you're helping some older lady who's doing it for the first time at 65, and you're like, what? Like, it's just so many people you meet. It's just insane. It's so fun. So fun.
That's crazy. I was going to say, do you typically, because it's an obstacle course, do you just go and you're like, I'm just running it raw, like not really training? Because
Well,
training for like a
I
run.
never not train.
Okay,
So
yeah,
no, not necessarily. And I actually help people and I train people for obstacle course racing. So like
yeah.
if there's somebody that comes to me and they're like, "Hey, I want to do the Spartan race next year," I can actually train them for each obstacle so that when they do it,
His
there it's
body's
not,
good.
yeah, you shouldn't do it. I never ever advise anyone to do a Spartan race without training on the obstacles. Um and you can, I mean, people do it. Obviously, people are like, "Oh, I did a Spartan race off the couch," and that's great and that's amazing. I do just don't advise that.
Yeah.
It's just not smart. It can be really hot here in Hawaii, and every other place has their different climate challenges as well. And you need
Mhm.
to know how to train for something like this because you have to be prepared. You have to bring water. You have to bring gels in case you get hungry, things like that, depending on how far the race is. A 5K is not too bad. It's only about 3 miles, but you're still doing about 10 to 15 obstacles. So if you've never done any of the obstacles, like it's going to feel brand new and you don't want to go up to an obstacle and it be the first time you did it. That's just not
Mhm.
smart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to go up to each obstacle and know exactly what you're going to do. And then I tell people the way that I run obstacle course races, because I've done them for so long, is now I'm strategic and I know which obstacles I'm really good at that I'll blow past, and then obstacles that will take me longer. And that's how I cut my time down.
Mhm.
And then people stop at like the water stations. But in my experience, a lot of the times they have issues with water stations and like the banana stations. So that's why I started bringing my own stuff
Gels and stuff.
because
Mm.
yeah, because now it's so popular that they'll run out of bananas or they'll run out of water. But they usually have like a big tank, but like a lot of the times they'll have like little cups, and then if they don't have any cups, you have nothing to grab, and you're trying to go fast, depending on
Mhm.
how you're trying to do it. But I one thing I never do is I never stop at any of the places that have water, except for when my Camelback is completely empty. That's the only time I stop. Um, Using the bathroom, everything else, I don't stop. I just run the whole race.
Yeah.
Oh,
Beast.
I thought you were gonna say like I just use the
I
bathroom on
just
myself.
pee while I run.
I don't think I've had to do that just because, like, I think I might have used the bathroom on the Beast once, like, because they have porta potties, and I'm pretty quick, so I wouldn't like pee on myself. That's a little extreme. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do all that. Just because it's not like a marathon.
I
You
was
know
gonna
what
say
I
I've
mean?
heard or
It's like
seen
that's a
people do
little
this on
silly.
marathon levels where it's like really like 23 miles.
Yeah, right, and
Really gotta piss.
it's all about how serious you're gonna take it. I'm not gonna like take it so serious, or I'm not just gonna like take 30 seconds to go to the porta potty. That's fine. I'll dock the 30 seconds, like whoop de doo, right? Um, that's not a big deal. I think I definitely probably used the bathroom once because I was drinking so much water. I it was probably only one time, like the whole race, because you're just like burning it up,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
sweating. Um, but it's just such a good mental training exercise for yourself and to really just see what your body is capable of doing. Like that's why when people do it and they tell me they did do it off the couch, I say, "Well, how was it?" And they're like, "I wish I trained." And I always hear that. I always hear that they wish they trained because it sucks more when you don't train because your body's adapting to stuff you've never done and you don't do.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
your body can do it because whatever you tell your body to do, your mind is stronger than your body and your body will do it. But some people are weak as hell and some people are weak as hell up here. So they'll give up before their body even gives up.
I was
And
gonna
that's
say
just true.
I would imagine people might even get more enthusiastic or like more motivated to do stuff in that sense of like I didn't even study for this test and I got like a B. Imagine if I like,
That's actually what
study
happened to
for a
my
year.
friend.
Yeah,
My
I think that's
friend
cool.
off the couch did a marathon race
Mhm.
and actually did
That's
pretty well. Like
crazy.
not yeah, it's great. I mean, he's pretty in shape, but he never did one before. And I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy." And now he like is more regimented.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
"Oh, like now he's like I think he's actually doing the Boston Marathon now because like that's how
That's
good he got."
sick.
Yeah. So it did motivate him. He was like, "Oh my god, my body is capable. Like now I need to train." So,
Yeah, to
but yeah,
do
I
it.
think training is better. Should always train for stuff, I think.
Yeah, because then you could really like see what your limitations are aside from like, oh, can I just get up and do something? That's one thing, and then being able to like, I wonder how fast and how hard and how crazy I could do this thing. That's a whole different question.
Yeah, I just think, why risk injury and all that permanently if you can just train for
Yeah.
like a month or a couple months and then do it and then you're giving it your best shot, you know what I mean?
No, yeah,
It's
that's
kind of
like
half-assing it like if you're just going to do it.
no, yeah, that second question is always like in more of the regards of like how far can I push my body in training and like really pushing myself without hurting myself. Um, in doing this thing, whether that be a marathon or anything else you want to do. And it's really cool.
Yeah, have you ever done a race?
Yeah, I did a 10K this year. I did a 5K last year. I
Nice,
want to
nice.
do
There we go.
yeah, I want to do a half, a full. I think that'd be it. I don't know if I want to do any triathlons, but that would be cool too.
I think I'm more into the triathlon route
Yeah.
than doing a marathon. I don't think I'm interested in doing a marathon. It's just too much running for too long. I always tell people, and it's kind of a joke, but mostly serious. If I did do a marathon, I would need a break in between so I could eat a whole medium pizza. Like I
You
feel
would
like
you
that's
just
fair.
I was gonna say you just wouldn't finish the other half. A whole pizza would be crazy on the second leg of the marathon.
Or maybe like 4 slices because I would
That's more
burn up. The
doable.
thing is I have nothing to burn. So I'm going to get starving. After about 12 miles
Mhm.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm hungry.
Oof, I'm getting hungry just even hearing that right now, man. That's crazy. 12 miles. That's so insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does feel
Yeah.
That's a
wild.
lot.
I've never ran 10 miles fully, not let alone like 13 or anything like that. But I think the most I did was that 10K, the 6 miles,
Yeah.
and that was ridiculously fun. Just
You're pretty much there. Yeah, 10K
yeah,
you're pretty close,
yeah.
You could.
Just gotta circle back. Just do it again.
Just one more time.
Yeah, and then I'll be there. Yeah, I really do want to train up to that. My goal right now is just to get faster, and then eventually, with more endurance as well. But I
Mhm.
really do want to start hitting like I do like 3 miles every other day ish, and I would like to be at a place where I can do 3 miles at 8 minute pace per mile without really dropping off. That's pretty quick for me.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm training right now. I was going to train for another jujitsu fight, but I kind of hurt my wrist, so I think and I'm doing a UFC gym competition on the 11th. So I'm just training for that. And luckily enough, the things they're gonna have us do are pretty easy. Like it's like jump roping and like stuff like that.
Oh,
So it's
cool.
just about like time and reps. So I'm just training for that. So I just spend a lot of time like jump roping or like on the assault bike and just stuff like that. Like nothing too crazy. Just keeping my cardio up is really kind of what
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be cool. I wish there was a would it be called like a biathlon? I would just like to swim and run
Mm.
if they could do something like that. Just
Mm.
biking is not
Mm.
interesting to
I
me,
I feel you on that.
but if I
Yeah,
could
it's too many
run,
transitions too.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
feels like a lot, you know? Yeah.
If I could just
Yeah,
run and
yeah.
then just jump into a body of water, that would be sick. I would love that. I think that'd be cool.
Uh,
Yeah, that's good.
One thing I wanted to make sure I ask too before we get too far away from it. Um, it's really clear that, especially with the Spartan races and all the other training that you do, the intent you put behind your film, when it comes to DJing, like looking out into the future, where do you hope to see that go? Where or what at the end of it all, where do you hope to see, your setup or, the residency? What's that goal?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I think the goal with that is to be able to throw my own like underground type parties either here or on the mainland. Fortunately enough, I have a really good friend who DJs about twice a year, and he's so popular in the underground world that, I mean, that sounds crazy, but I mean, like he's so popular in like the Bay Area that he can sell out pretty much anywhere. And so what's cool is that's kind of what my goal is too. Like I'm not trying to DJ all over the world and all these places. I'm not trying to get a residency where I DJ every Saturday, even though that's great. Um, I kind of want to just do my own parties and then be able to like DJ twice a year and just have like the most epic 2 parties a year, if that. It's really cool right now that Eden Entertainment, that they're one of the biggest like lesbian parties and all over the place. So Palm Springs, San Diego, San Francisco, Honolulu. They just asked me to run their Honolulu party that's on the 18th. So I'm super excited about that because even just getting in with them on that level is really cool and kind of what I was doing when I lived in San Francisco. So it's interesting that now it's kind of like come full circle again. And I think ultimately I actually like throwing the parties more, but it helps that I have these other skills. So when the DJs do need help with stuff, I can. My roommate just got back.
It's all good.
So my dogs are kind of wild. All right.
I thought it was Sage Dogs there for a second. I was like, hey, yo.
Him, come on now.
They're high.
Good
Have you
puppies.
ever thought of like live streaming in your house while you're DJing?
I have been doing that actually. I was doing that on TikTok.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then I was going live with like some of these influencers in Australia because my friend's in Australia. So like he would kind of introduce me to these influencers and I don't know who anybody is, dude. Like I'm just like a kid from Hawaii, you know? So I don't know all that world. Okay, guys, be quiet. But it was really cool to do that and to meet all these new people and you know everyone's such a good vibe, you know, whatever, like they just have a shit ton of followers, but it makes sense that they do because they're just cool people, you know. And yeah, one of the girls will like battle and I'm just like working on my set, you know, and it's like kind of cool. But yeah, that's a great idea, and I've been doing that a little bit here and there, you know, and I think it's just good practice to be able to practice and like just stream it.
Yeah, I had a buddy. I had a buddy who was a DJ, and I told him the same thing, and he wound up getting like hundreds of viewers, and he realized that like people would put on his live stream to listen to music in the background.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Did they cut out? Did I cut out?
A little bit. We did get the whole thing, but it is cutting out a little bit.
Oh, his internet's
He's
going
gone.
now.
We'll see him next episode, everybody.
San Diego, man.
Special guest save one.
San Diego. Do better, man.
No, bro, it's not. Well, actually, it's just.
I'm gonna tag every San Diego internet and be like, "What's going on?" Bro?
Every internet provider, bro. You guys are getting capped, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'm putting y'all on blast on TikTok, bro.
Our money's just going somewhere. It's not fucking the internet company.
Not your service provider, I'll tell you what.
He looks so pissed too. It's so
They're
funny.
like, actually, save.
Am I back? Am I back?
You're back.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
back.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
you're back. There we go.
Can't say it too soon.
Yeah, live stream. Tag us.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
actually
will.
is
Good
sick.
idea. That would be cool. Actually, that would be tight too if y'all were like corpse like dance group would just be dancing and shit.
Oh, that would be
Oh, yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Dude, I made some dance TikToks and I'm like too scared to post them because I was like I gotta send it to Corpse
it.
first and see what he thinks.
Not do
do
it.
it. Just do it.
You know he's gonna tell you to
Oh,
do it
man.
anyway, so might as well just skip that process and just
Yeah.
post it up.
Yeah.
Post it.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, no, especially like I don't know what it is about TikTok and you know, it's just like as long as you're having fun and just really doing the fucking thing.
And I can't dance worse than people that are already on there. You know what I mean?
I'm saying, and like whether
My
it's
thing.
yeah,
Like I
anything,
can't be that bad, you know what I mean?
You gotta get Damien to make a dancing TikTok.
Bro, I'll break the internet with my shit, okay? Relax.
Bro,
Relax
that
about
should,
it.
bro, you
No, I'm joking.
What do we have to do? Zero? Name your price. What do we have to do to get you dancing
I
on
need
TikTok?
50,000 likes on this TikTok. And then
we can make that happen, bro.
Clip it, and post it, Corpse.
I got you.
and then I'll hit the robot. Ding, 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 ding.
Tell me
Tight.
about
Hey,
that
that looks like you got
slow
it. Yeah,
mo-
I wouldn't robot battle you. That's for sure.
Shoot.
I agree with Corpse. TikTok is. I was when I first started posting TikToks, I was so like nervous about it But then, like you said, as long as you're having fun, it doesn't even matter, bro.
Yeah, like TikTok's like silly, like it's a place where you
It's
can
silly.
like like
Yeah, yeah,
truly like I feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
Instagram, especially for dancers, is so pageantry. They got every little sound bite down to a fucking
Mm,
science.
yeah.
And nah, TikTok is like, bro, post it. The goofier and funnier it looks, the better it's about to. It's like the home for dance bloopers almost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But it's good. It's wonderful.
yeah.
I posted on there today, I think.
Yeah, you did.
I just like talk about something, I'm like, oh, I know my neighbor today. I don't know. I just like say shit. I like to do like little life hacks, like
Hmm.
I was like, like what is one? I'm trying to think of one like, um, you have a day off if you don't go to work. It's a day off. Like just stuff
Hmm.
like that. Like
True.
random little things. And people are like just like random stuff like that. Like I like it's a life hack. I was like, did you know if you leave work, it's a half day, like stuff like that, and people were like, what? Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
vibe. It's my vibe on TikTok.
Yeah.
There was one you posted talking about like, yeah, I'm in your room right now, or it's like it's like you got into somebody's room. It's like, but you don't need to ask how I got in. You don't
Oh
need to
yeah,
ask me
yeah,
let me
yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was
Yeah, that
fun.
was funny. That was funny.
That one was really funny. Yeah, TikTok's fun. I mean, and you definitely have, enough personality for it. So I know you'll like, especially DJing on that platform. It's so crazy. It's surprising that,
Well,
that TikTok doesn't flag more people. You know what I mean, for the music.
well, think about it. Think about how many people's mashups for songs like DJ. Oh my god, is my shit cutting out?
A little
Yeah,
bit.
small,
Yeah, a
a
little
little
bit.
bit.
All right. Think about how many like DJs mashups get turned into actual songs because of
That's
TikTok.
true.
True.
Like the Yukon and Loverance beat,
Mm,
like that. Like people loved it so much that they actually dropped a version of it. And like you could
mm,
post like snippets of like mashups and stuff. I follow a lot of DJs on TikTok, so I get a
mm.
lot of it.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
I
That
that,
was
think
a
that's cool.
Beyonce song too.
I think it's one of the best places to. Well, I think any
Beyonce?
live stream is gonna be the best because copyright is usually only for videos. So as long as you're just not
Yeah,
saving it or like posting anywhere else, live you're like
right,
it's kind of anyone's game.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good app for people that make music too,
Mm.
because you can get your song out there. It's also, remember, not regulated, I don't think, by the US. It's like, is it still owned by China? So that's why it's like not the same in the flagging, because we're
Uh,
so strict.
well,
Um,
I think
but I don't know
now.
if we own it now or
I think
what. Who
Israel
owns it
bought it
now?
actually, not to bring up.
Word.
um,
Damn. Okay.
I
Well,
I know that all of our
I think
like.
that's why it's not so like, they're flagging everyone. Like, I know in the beginning though, I felt like I got banned. I got banned on TikTok.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah,
I mean, they will. It is
I
weird.
was so sad.
Their like
So
flagging
sad.
mechanisms are weird. Because I remember I got flagged
Yeah.
for music that I had the rights to, and I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on? What? I pay for this shit. What do you mean?
That's weird.
That's okay. Facebook took down one of my live streams because they said I was nude.
Yeah, they took down that was
Really.
on Usual Tuesday
Facebook's
actually.
very strict. I almost cannot mess with Facebook. It's so strict compared to all
I
the
hate
apps.
Facebook.
Yeah.
You don't even stream
Um,
on Facebook anymore, right? Save?
I do.
You do?
That's because that's where majority of my following is.
That makes sense.
Just so nobody gets litigious, okay? TikTok was owned by the Chinese company ByteDance, but a recent agreement in September of 2025 will result in a sale to American investors, including Oracle, Silver Lake, and other like Rupert Murdoch's News Corp. Under this deal,
Wow.
ByteDance will retain a minority, less than 20% stake in the new US-based entity, with the majority of ownership and control shifting to American companies. So I apologize
Interesting.
for that misinformation. Don't flag this.
Well, we know
Yeah.
now. You can always edit
Damn,
that out
he's
too.
all
Oh,
the
he
way
gone.
gone.
He teleported. Dang.
No.
Well, maybe it would be better though when he pops back in. You know how it like kind of
Hopefully.
fixes it for a while.
Sometimes it'll reset it. Yeah.
And Kelly Grigg, our Usual Tuesday senior correspondent, says y'all need a Usual Tuesday dance break mashup. I think that is obtainable. Kelly Grigg, thank you.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like between Facebook, Twitter now you have to, or X, but Twitter you have to fucking be like a premium member to stream on there. But like TikTok's really got like a corner on the market with that one, you know? Like streaming
Yeah.
really goes really, really hard.
Well, not just that, but you have to look at like TikTok also has established influencers. Ooh, he's back.
Yeah.
You're back, buddy.
Yay.
Is it good now?
And it's
Okay,
smoother.
nice.
It's smoother.
Yes, and then I'm gonna put you right there. And then yes, we're back, Brady Bunch! Yay, like it never happened. Yay,
You
say.
know,
Oh, yeah.
they're like pointing at each other.
Who was it that got caught up thinking he was going to be in the middle? Wasn't it Usher?
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah,
Usher. And he's like looking all around. It's funny.
To a dark screen, just
That's funny.
Ooh, well, one thing too, I wanted to ask because I feel like we haven't really like asked, but what got you into like the real creative spaces? Like I know we've maybe touched on it briefly, but like what really inspired you? Because I mean, like you're working a lot of different arenas, right? Filmmaking, music making, fitness. Like what really, posting stuff on TikTok and being active on social media is that way. Like what inspired you, and I guess what keeps you inspired these days?
That's a good question. What inspires me? I mean, pretty much everything all around me all the time is like a constant inspiration. I'll get, I'll see something or think of something and just put it in my notes. And then, yeah, whenever I want to create, that's kind of where I'll go back to and like look at what I was thinking of before or whatever. But I've always had like writing is kind of the start of it all. So that's kind of where I start. When I was a kid, as soon as I learned how to write, I was writing songs. And so that just came naturally to me. I was always humming like, tunes and things like that. And my grandma, there was a story that she told my mom that she ended up telling me is one day she picked me up from school and I was humming and then it stopped and she was like, what the heck? And she turned around and I just like knocked out. And that's I like that story because that's like the epitome of like basically what happens is like there's constantly something I'm thinking about or there's constantly a song maybe and I'll hum it and sometimes I have like a million voice memos of like just like tunes and like maybe like something I was humming. Oh, we lost him again.
No.
But so that there and then when I'm in the studio when I go to Los Angeles, I like to do some studio days with my friends and I'll kind of go back to those voice memos and like we'll just make a song. Let's just make this into a song, Now it's kind of cool with AI. You can kind of make a whole track idea and so that's been helpful in songwriting. I still use like my own writing for that. But it's just makes a process a little different. But I still go back to like I'm always very pen and pad, even in the studio. Like I always have a pen and a pad, and it's just something about reading off my own handwriting and knowing, I knew what I meant there. You know what I mean? And I can edit a song. So I've always just kind of dabbled in the creative stuff, but like I never thought like I'm not gonna make money full time really in my thought process over time, like doing those things. People do, and that's great. And people get these opportunities, all kinds of artists and stuff. But I think I wasn't blind to the reality that like this needs to be a hobby, not something that I'm gonna do full time and I'm gonna chase the dream of like whatever that is. And to me, it's better because it doesn't suck the creative fun out of it by putting that
Mhm,
pressure on having to like monetize it so much. So I can really
mhm,
just focus on the creation part,
Mhm.
and so I just have very varied interests. So I just, like work on one thing at a time, and
mhm.
then just little chunks of at a time. And that's how I finished my book. It was just little chunks at a time, and then it was done, and thing same with the songs. We just did a little bit, got in the studio, did a little bit, and then over time, then it's done. So it's just really like kind of inchworming my way along,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and letting things kind of flow to you, letting the songs, and you must experience a little bit of that with the dancing, right? Like maybe like you think of a move and you're like, ooh, you're like, I
Well,
just thought
yeah,
of
I
that.
was even I was even thinking like it's really relatable where like for me some of the creative joy had kind of gotten sucked out of it at different
Mm.
at different points, right? Right, where we were competing so heavy at one point, so every piece
Oh,
of choreography was like competition piece. Come, oh my god, like, is it gonna fit in the mix? Is it gonna like, where's the layers? Like, instead of me
oh, I
just
see.
cranking something out and having fun with it, and
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
even battles, there was minutes where I was battling, every week, and after a while, you're like, "Bro, I just wanna watch." Like,
Mm.
even if I took, like, a month, 2 months, 3 months from the session, like, there was even that weird anxiety of, like, "Yo, if I go, like, are they gonna make me dance? Are they gonna make me battle? Like, fuck, I don't want to," and
Mm.
I
Dang.
started having to kinda find the joy in telling people no, finally, be like, "No, I'm not battling tonight, guys, sorry. I'm just here to watch." Like, I really
Yeah.
got comfortable saying that a lot more. Um, but yeah, never really, I mean, there was moments I was living off my dance, and when you say it's mad relatable because it was like those were some of the times where I was like, "Fuck, this is, like, draining." Like, it can be draining almost.
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say really quick. Safe said his internet took a dookie. He also
Ooh.
said to tell Lucy that I'm sorry, but I appreciate her coming on the show. I don't know if he's gonna be able to come back. I guess we will see.
Oh,
Oh.
Um,
no worries, no worries. It happens. It's San Diego's fault, not his fault.
exactly. Except for my
Do
part of
better,
San
San
Diego.
Diego.
Sick. Do better. That's like
Do
the
better.
theme of the podcast.
Do better, people. We gotta do better.
I was gonna say I'd be
Uh,
super curious to see your screen on time because you have so much going on. I imagine you're just never on social media. Like it sounds like you're just going a mile a minute all the time.
Um, yeah, that's funny. I have I actually okay, believe it or not, my screen time's actually lower than it was before because I've gotten smarter in using like AI tools
Mm,
to help me plan things out better. And then I do plan my day where I try to plan time in between. I basically take a lot of breaks, I guess, if that makes sense. So I take a lot of breaks and I kind of make sure like I'm good in my body first before I'm like,
mhm.
okay, now let me work on X, Y, and Z.
mhm,
And then I just do really well with to-do lists. So when I have like a to-do list of like, okay, I got to finish this thumbnail, this, and then it makes it easier. It is a lot, but because I enjoy everything that I do, it's like it's fun for me, like it's always still gonna be like I love like the thumbnails are really fun to make. I love making them.
mhm.
Apparently I'm good at them. I'm always just trying to get better.
Yeah.
And it's fun. The other night I got invited to these MMA fights that they hold on Schofield. And because I do social media, they're like, dude, bring your podcast to the fights. And I was like, okay. So I had like a film guy there that helped me, my friend Colin, and we were just making content and it was so
Oh,
fun.
that's
We got to
sick.
dude, it was cool. I got to interview like some of the fighters before they fought and then they like won and then I got to interview them again. It was so
Oh
cool, man.
shit.
And they want me to come back and I was like, I'm down. I'm a fight fan. Like this is fun for me. It's content. Like so it was really cool. And then being able to translate the stuff I do online to in person and then people can
Mm,
come and meet up with me and hang out in real life is
Yeah.
just another and a more important element, obviously, like the
mm,
in-person stuff. So the internet is good because I can stay connected, but I need to like always remember that like the in-person connection is the stuff that I really like and thrive the
mm.
most. Being able to spend time with people one to one, you know. at all these various things or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's dope because it seems as if the things you're doing right now in life, right, are like super on par with who you are, right? I kind of try to steer away from like aligned, right? That word aligned with who you are, but it's very on par with who you are. They're very realms that you enjoy to play around in, right? Because like you bounce, like it seems like you kind of bounce, boom, I'm here, right here, fucking around a little bit, and then I'm over here a little bit, then I'm right here, and then I'm back over here, and then oh, they called me, so let me come over here, and it feels like as if you don't have to switch hats, like you're being kind of really yourself. So yeah, like those in-person moments are going to feel genuine, because you're genuinely meeting people that like the same shit as you, and this is the stuff that you actually like doing, so that's cool. It's cool that you've found that, like, that lane to be in and thrive in. That's
yeah,
really
I
dope.
find it interesting that you don't want to use the word enlightenment, but or like aligned, but that's exactly what it is. Like I am so much more aligned to like the things in my life now than ever before, and I think something that was really holding me back was, and especially creatively, was being in the military and having that structure that you can't break away from the structure. The only time you break away from the structure is when you're not at work or on the weekends. And so that's when I did a lot of my creative stuff. And I just realized like that was sucking my soul in a different way, that I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh man, like I almost don't have any creative energy to do creative
Mhm.
stuff, I just have to like recoup my normal energy."
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So I definitely feel like I have curated my life now in a way that I'm much more in alignment to the stuff I want to do. And I could, work on podcasts for hours a day, or I could just like hang out all day, And there's definitely a couple days a week where I'll just like do nothing. Well, I say nothing, but I watch a Netflix show and call it research, and then I'll do like a video, and then I'll do a video about it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, there you go. I made content off of something I watched, and I got
Yeah.
to give my opinions. So
I I imagine that that helps a lot probably with not burning out on one particular thing since you have so many avenues and you're like, oh, it's been a while since I did this actually. Because
absolutely.
you're off doing other things. That's probably a really, really good thing to have.
See, and I feel like that's why I get, nowadays at least, I get scared with the word aligned, because it makes me feel as if I'm gonna, like, if I labbed 4 hours today, then that means I got to be in the gym 4 hours, and then that means I got to do this 4 hours because I'm aligned, and I have to do all of it equally, like, and I love how you were saying it right now, Lucy. Like, shit, I watch Netflix and call it research. It's like, dude, I got to get better about some of this stuff because I stress myself out thinking to be aligned is to be like equally dedicated, equally, well, I
To
don't want
all
to say equally
things.
dedicated, but yeah, like equally distributed to all things at all times, versus I can
Mm,
be equally dedicated, but I'm going to spend 8 hours on this and not 8 hours on this today, but tomorrow I'm going to spend a few hours on this
right.
and not the, kind of ordeal. But it seems like you've got a very good
Balance.
balance, and we've argued about that word, Damien, with our other
And
host.
it keeps coming
But yes,
up.
but balance, yes, balance is the right word for that. Balance, and like schedule, healthy schedule for the way that you got your stuff worked out. So that's really dope. I think it's going to be good for people to listen to and hear from you.
Yeah, I think I definitely have ADHD, so like to be able to like make a to-do list and like get it done does take a lot of focus. And like I will be sometimes in the middle of something, and then like my phone's just constantly going off, and I'm like, oh my god. But I just have to like, okay, let me just finish this three things, and then I'll make all those phone calls back. And so sometimes it can feel overwhelming because then there's like a million phone calls, a million emails, and then it's like X, Y, and Z I gotta finish. But I luckily I'm very blessed with. I don't want to talk about it too much online, but I'm very blessed with a job that allows me a little bit of time to also still be creative. And any downtime that I have, and because my friend asked me specifically, she's like, "What do you do on airplanes?" And I was like, "Well, I'm lucky because I can sleep on airplanes, but I use that time to be efficient." And I use that time to plan some things. Like before I went in the studio, I used that time on the airplane to plan what we were going to work on in the studio. So
Mhm.
then when I got off the airplane, I was just chilling. And then we got in the studio, it was already planned out. I just referred back to my notes. And then I was like, okay, cool. We got to work on this song. We got to work on this song. And I literally sent it to my friend and she was like, oh my God, I know exactly what to write. I know exactly what to work on because you organized it so well. And I was
Mhm.
like, I mean, I got to, dude, or it's just chaos. And we're just like, what are we doing? Like, you got to make some sort of outline and then goal, or goal and outline to
Mhm.
understand like where you're going. So I just break everything down into so many little steps. And so it seems like I do nothing all day, but I really did, one or two small things that built up later over time.
Mhm.
It's like a painting, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit there and necessarily do the whole 8 hour painting in one go. I might
Mhm.
do the backdrop one day, and that's kind of how I do everything. So I'll work on my thumbnails for like an hour, and I'll do as many as I can get done, and then I'll move on to the next thing or whatever.
That's
So
cool. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really
yeah,
smart.
just splitting my focus, and then like you said, I don't get burnt out. Like I'm not gonna read my school textbook for 8 hours. You know what I mean? I'll read like
Mhm.
one chapter all the way through, and then I'm gonna go take a break because that's just not realistic. I'm not gonna retain the information sitting there and cramming it for 8 hours. So I'm
Yeah.
actually learning more because I'm breaking it up so much that I'm actually reading the whole textbook, but I'm just doing it in increments.
Yeah.
And I also don't sleep very much, so uh, so
Ugh,
that's a thing too. So just
e
gives me more
ever
time.
ever
Yeah.
elusive sleep, man. I don't know where it gone. Like, I don't know where it went. I don't know how it got away from me, but it's been gone.
Feels like
You don't sleep either?
Oh, no. No, 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 no. Uh, between the fucking chasing this bag and these babies, I'm never sleeping. It fucking got me up at all hours. Uh, yeah, I think there's a lot, right? Especially when you start talking about you write down these notes, right? And that even just makes the task you're about to perform so much more relaxed. Like even when you're in it, right? It's like that, like
Mm.
kind of going back to like that being prepared thing, like you walk in there and it's like you already know what to do, right? And you're going to get so much done, everything that's realistically, accomplishable, you're going to knock that out and off to the next thing. And I think that's a big thing too when I speak to like other content creators and people who are like, oh, I'm just so stressed out about this, or I gotta post this, and that. It's like, doc, just take, some time, work on it a little bit, and then work on it some more tomorrow. And
yeah.
if you don't like it when you post it, just fucking delete it and try again next time. It'll be all right.
I've been wanting to kind of get back into, because I used to do photography a lot more often. I used to do like
Mhm.
throw it into Lightroom or into Photoshop or whatever, and I really fell off of that. But part of me has been kind of wanting to get back into it because I do love making videos, but doing the one thing, that's why I wanted to like continue and train more for like running and stuff like that, because I have to have other things, and I think that's, Lucy, you do that really well, to have multiple things so you don't burn out on one thing.
Yeah.
I've been focusing on video a lot, and I just don't want to like hit that wall and be like, oh, fuck all of it. Like, I don't even want to do it anymore. To have these other avenues of like, oh, I'm going to go run, or I'm going to go, edit up this, photo that I took that I think looks sick and post it on Instagram, and maybe people fuck with it. But as long as I like it, like, that's cool. I think that's really
Yeah,
cool.
and photography and film are so like they're almost the same to me in my mind, kind of, like it's just the still image of like something. And I like to be a little ominous sometimes with certain pictures and things like that. But I there's it's so cool to see like other people's creative eye.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've
Hmm.
seen other people's photography and the things that they post, and it's so interesting. I'm like, oh my gosh, I would have never thought to post it at that angle or whatever. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I was very into photography growing up too. So that was one of my favorite classes for sure that I
Yeah.
took, and I probably learned a lot. And I think it hopefully that helps with the whole film thing too, because I feel like I can see like really cool like places people can stand to like do certain scenes. But
Hmm.
um yeah, I'm excited because my friend Colin and we've been talking about more horror movies coming up. And I told him, I'm like, there's one day I want to just drive around with you at night and show you the creepy places I'm talking about. That would make perfect scenes for like these horror movies. So I'm excited for that because then he'll like see the vision more. You know what I mean? To be able to like,
Yes.
because in Hawaii, like Hawaii's beautiful and stuff. And I'm sure everyone sees like those classic photos of the daytime, but no one sees like the creepy stuff that we have over here. Like we have like creepy looking jungles. We have trees that like overhang, and then you're like driving down the freeway, and all the trees are just like over this. Like you almost feel like you're gonna be
Captured.
like in yeah, it's like a tunnel of trees. It's like creepy. You're like, oh my god, this is scary at night. And we have a lot of stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, like why this someone could shoot a horror movie here. This is perfect backdrop. So there's a lot of places like that here that they're equally creepy as they are beautiful. So I want to show one of my friends, and because he's a film guy, I think he'll see what I see, and be like, oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
And like frame it up. That would be really cool to see.
Yeah. We got some cool stuff coming, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm super excited, especially with this whole new like, cause I know you always had like your experiences with music and stuff, but just seeing the stuff you've been posting, and it just seems like it's been coming at you full speed, and it just makes me excited because I know you're the type of person to hit the ground running to with something, right? Just listening to everything you say and everything you do. So it's like I just know, like, throwing your own parties there in Hawaii, that's happening. Like we're saying it here and now, like that's gonna end up happening. So
Oh
I'm
yeah,
excited,
yeah, yeah.
super excited for you.
Yeah, well, I've done it before too. I actually threw a rave in the Sutro Cave in San Francisco, and I called it Rebel Fest, and it was an
Hey,
underground type rave, and me and a couple of people DJ'd, and it was a good time. And it's kind of, that's something I did in the past that I definitely want to bring back, and then especially to Hawaii, and then with the music. I mean, I performed all over the Bay Area, and I do have a plan of going out there again, possibly next year towards like the summertime, and
okay,
maybe performing in a bunch of spots there. Places I've performed before. I've performed in San Francisco, all over there before too, and because I still have those connections, you know, and now that these new connections are coming, I'm just taking it in stride. And so in July, I was able to perform at the Viper Room in Los Angeles, and then they invited me back. They gave me a few dates for September, but that was a little too soon. So I asked them to let me know what October looked like, and yeah, October 25th, I'll be out there, and I'm excited because it's the same week of my birthday, and my producer and I, we we also have the same birthday, but we've been working on music together for years. So we've performed together before too. So he's like, he'll play guitar and I'll sing, and we have a couple songs together. So it's just gonna be perfect. Me and him will be able to perform again together, but now at a bigger venue.
That's cool.
So yeah,
That's
so we
dope.
performed in a bunch of places in the Bay Area together. So we're not like strangers to performing together. We performed at the Sweetwater Cafe in the Bay Area, and we performed at a whole bunch of different places, Hot Monk, Novato, all kinds of different places. And so I definitely have like a bunch of fans up there. So if I do like a show, there's a
jeez.
lot of people that are like, "Oh my god, Lucy's back." So it's kind of cool because it's like those are like the in-person fans that loved my music when I was doing live stuff. Like it was before any of my stuff was on the internet. So it's cool to like have the OGs that are out there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. I did want to ask one more thing actually. So like at the beginning of this, we were really heavy on DJ in particular, and something I wanted to ask that I never got to bring up was how often is it that, because DJ in particular feels like something that you really do have to practice as you go and like practice in person, because you don't, from my imagination, you don't really know like the vibe until you're there and you're like, okay, now I know kind of you're working with the crowd and it's a lot of like feedback of like, all right, they're loving this, let me give you a little bit more of this.
Mm.
I was gonna say, how, especially early on, were you practicing, and then when you got kind of one of your first events where you're like, oh, this is way different than what I thought it was going to be, practicing more privately versus like in a live audience, now you have to really understand that feedback.
Yeah, no, that's a great question, but I was practicing a lot, and it's kind of the same because you're practicing on like a screen. That's a deck, and it's just basically like buttons. It's all the same buttons,
Mm-hmm.
and then having to transfer it to like a live audience of people and responding is I was lucky that I was in that scene already, so I knew
Mhm.
what kind of music everybody kind of was into, and I like to find like remixes of certain things, or like I'm very into like when I spin EDM, I'll always spin like a few dubstep in there because that I'm a lover of dubstep, so I'll always have a little bit of dubstep. I don't overdo it with the dubstep, but I will like I have my people that know that I'm gonna play a couple dubstep songs, so they're like stoked about that. So I normally like to spin EDM. At Eve nightclub, they've asked me to spin hip hop, and I've said yes because I did live in the Bay Area. I love hip hop. I love gangster rap, all that stuff. So it's I can spin that. That's easy. Always happy to do it, right? If you have the party. Um, but being able to just translate it more to the physical deck, I think, is harder than reading the crowd. The crowd is easy. You play a song
Mm.
and you can tell if
Mhm.
they're dancing to it or not. You know what I mean? It's their body language, or
That's
you
cool.
play a
Yeah.
Cardi B song or a Sexy Red, all the ratchet girls are gonna come out, right? And then you're like,
Sure.
yeah, the party's here. And the cool
Yeah.
thing about that is those girls will dance and they don't care. They want to dance to this song. This is their song, and they get everybody else dancing. And so it's kind of
Mhm.
like you pick those key players and you kind of just watch them and you kind of just see like what they're into. And I mean, I
Mhm.
have girls that you could freaking play Christmas songs and they would still be dancing. So it's like sometimes it doesn't matter, and that's great, right? That's what every DJ
Yeah,
wants. But
yeah,
what
yeah.
it is nice when you see the girls that like you were right in the pocket with those songs and it was just what they wanted to hear. So
Yeah.
with Eve, I'm learning like, because I was guessing, at first in the first few, couple weekends. I was like, well, I mean, everyone likes Cardi B's popular, Sexy Red's popular. They're either gonna dance to this ratchet shit or they're gonna like old school, gangster rap. Now, I don't think the kids that are younger were ready for any of the stuff I played. They were like, "What the heck is this?"
Mm.
But they got a taste of this is real, the original hip hop stuff. Like, you guys need to hear this. So I feel good too in my influence, and I'm able to kind of like teach the younger guys, like, "Yo, you need to know who this artist is and what this song is, because this is
Mhm.
Mhm.
before all these other guys, right?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Yes.
That's
so I have
cool.
a unique blend. I have a unique blend. I'm, trying to educate about what I like in the music, playing some old school stuff I like, but still keeping it relevant with the new artists and the popular artists. But if I can find like a good remix of something that no one's ever heard, I'd rather play that than just the regular Cardi B song. You know what I mean? Like, she just came out with a new album, so
Mhm.
I'm going to be playing a little bit of the new album this weekend. And if I can find any cool remixes or something like that, like, yeah, so it's a lot of listening. It's a lot of listening. I think it helps to be an artist and then get into DJing, which is pretty much what I did. I was always an artist. So being able to know music, know instruments, things like that, and then translating it to DJing where I'm having two different wave files or whatever, songs, and I'm listening. I tell people the best way to DJ is and I'm not an expert, but just know the songs that you're playing, like, know the song, because the more
Yeah.
you know the song, you know when the lyrics are coming, you know when the breaks are coming,
The
Mhm.
drops,
you know
yeah.
when the drops, the dubstep stuff, and when you know that, one time, so I'll give you an example. I had a song that wouldn't load correctly in the deck I was using, but I knew the song, so like it didn't really matter. But on the on screen, because it's a standalone deck, you can see it shows you the wave, like what the
Oh,
song
yeah,
is
yeah,
in the
okay.
wave, right?
Mhm.
So you can actually see when it's gonna drop, when it's gonna, and that would be great for somebody who doesn't know the song, right? Because they can visually see when they're gonna bring the next song in. I didn't need that because I knew the song so well. So, but that could have put another DJ in a really bad spot, right? If they didn't know the song that well. So it's really just knowing what songs you're gonna play too.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
but I enjoy it, and it's just a different challenge to me, and it's slightly different, and it's still fun, and you can like mix two songs together, and you're like, oh my god, I didn't think these two would vibe together,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fun,
Mhm.
man. It's just like a whole nother creative thing.
Yeah. Hearing mashups is really cool. And
It's so
Fuck
fun.
yeah.
I thought you were gonna say that the hard part was like more reading people, but you were saying like
Mm-mm.
the complete opposite. That's really funny. That's
But
really cool.
see, for me though, like, I've studied body language for so long. Like, I was, in being a military police officer at one point in my life, like, you learn body language, and I mean, they make you go to specific classes and teach you stuff. And I've had hours of like studying videos of, interrogations and things like that. And so like, it can be good and bad because I can tell when people are lying a lot of the times.
Mhm.
I can tell when people are uncomfortable. which is good because I know when to like, oh, maybe I should
Shift over to
talk
something.
less,
Yeah.
or maybe I can. And it's interesting over time. You notice the body language, and then they'll come up to you, a friend, and be like, "Yo, I want to leave the party. I don't really like it here." And you're like, "Damn, I really did read that correctly." And anybody can do it, and it can be taught. It's not an exact science with each person, obviously,
Yeah.
but generally, if you study body behavior and behavior, you can read people. And so for me, that's fun to do. It's easy to do though when it's like dancing, you know, and people are dancing around having fun. They're either smiling or they're crying in the corner. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
I'm either doing something wrong, completely wrong, or I'm doing something right. So
Yeah. Or they just got broken up with. But
yeah,
For
you might
sure.
still be doing something right.
Damo,
That's cool
Yes.
though. That is really cool to hear and to see. Yeah.
that's fun.
did you have anything else before we call it a night, brother?
No, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for
Yeah,
taking
thanks
the
for
time.
having me. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks
Yeah,
for
hold
having me
on.
on
I
again.
got a round of applause here for
That's so corny. I love it.
no, but thank you. Yeah, thank you, Lucy, for coming back and running it one more time with us. Um, as always, is there any last closing words, shout outs you want to make before we wrap it up?
I mean, shout out to you guys, you know. I love that I can just kind of update you guys a little bit here and there, and we can send funny memes and stuff. And um, yeah, I look forward to future podcasts and you coming on mine again, or Zero, if you want to
Ooh,
come on mine, you're more than welcome.
I would
That'd be
love to.
cool.
That'd be really
Yeah,
sick.
yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
fun.
We can even make it like, you know, some fun controversial topics or whatever, you know,
We'll do
whatever.
it.
It could be.
Anything.
Yeah,
We'll run
we
it.
should.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Zero, sign us out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because you got to go last. Because you got the mad words of wisdom. Listen, everybody.
No,
Thanks so much for watching. Thank you again, Lucy, for being. Oh, Lucy, you're over here. For being a part of the podcast.
No worries.
Dropping in.
Thank you.
We look forward to everything that you do. Hopefully, we get the links anytime that you drop something new. Again, thank you everybody for watching. Whether you're here for the playback or you're here live for a minute, an hour, or the whole thing, I appreciate you nonetheless. Be safe. Have fun. Peace.
Yeah, corpsecollection.com. Thank you, 0%, as always. Shout out, Save One.
Shout out Save,
Rest in
man.
peace.
For real.
The first time we've ever closed out a usual Tuesday without it being all of us. Episode 99. What in the world? Lucy, thank you for coming on.
Of course.
Your hard work is inspirational. Yeah, it is motivating. And yeah, cheers to all your success, you know, past, present, and future. Can't wait to
Thank
see
you.
everything, for real.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
As always, y'all know I always say a little scripture, and today I do something from Paul in his letter to the Corinthians.
I was gonna say just before that, Lucy, is there anything that you want to like shout out or anything that you want to say?
The only thing is, yeah, if you're in Los Angeles, I perform at the Viper Room October 25th, 8 p.m. Come check it out. Come meet me in person.
Sick. Oh,
Hey, October 25th, Viper Room, y'all heard it. Yeah. And Paul, 1 Corinthians 3:16, it says, "Do you know that you are the temple of God and that your spirit of God dwells within you?" Yeah, so guys, you are powerful beyond measure. Go be great, whether it's today, tomorrow, or even 5 seconds ago. Yeah, hope you have a good day, week, month, year in life. Till next time, guys.
peace out. Alrighty. Thanks again, Lucy.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much for having me. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Perfect timing.
Peace out. Peace
Yeah,
out.
let's do it again soon. Take it easy.
right, Jeff.
Alrighty.
All right,
Peace.
bye. Peace out, guys.
Oh no, I left Lucy. I left Lucy by herself. She was in the middle of saying, "Peace out, guys. Be safe, Lucy." Alrighty, Chattington. Is Save the only one here? Is Save the only one here? I don't even know if Save's Rip. here. I'm sorry, Save. Rip. Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, Couldn't Save. be here. Sorry, buddy. Couldn't be here. Listen. Thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Be safe. I'll see you guys in the next one.